继续。再找一个。
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions.
Like for his
Actually, officer,
a nickname?
I guess.
Lelista. It just occurred to me, colleague. The questions I have assume some kind of foreknowledge on our part. I suggest we go and perform. Miss, you won't have to look at that side.
There is no talking him out of this.
算了，现在处理尸体啊，麻烦。
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft...
先记了吧。觉得快收尾了吧。
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the...
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer? Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright?
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day. Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release,
Good. You have a name now.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her. Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him. 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me? 57th.
In the cabin, you see a set.
back. Good. What can I help you with? I fear I've told you all I know. It's an Oranese map of the waterways, or some version. Is there anything else I can help you with?
20号。还有这个
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup allongio. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
You're right.
You hear light.
We have our first preliminary. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't. Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this.
The lieutenant motions towards. A weathered something. The lieutenant motions to you.
Hello?
And someone turns down the radio. He gives you a short ink.
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidying up. Nervous.
Come in, the door.
It's you from the bookstand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something?
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning.
Is this about Victor, my husband?
Keep it together.
Sorry, I'm rambling. It's just that Victor often...
How about some... It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
How have I been?
Can't write a scene without...
People got to eat? What is this? It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters. The girls are staying at...
She swallows.
No. Vi, do you have any news? No. I guess I'll find out. It shouldn't be long from now. Oh, it's in...
Central Gem.
I think...
It is.
Just to return a book of mine. Vi? Yes. His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather. Yes. The lining is hand-sewn.
She folds. Here it comes.
哎呀呀！闲聊太多了不行。
A weathered brown. The lieutenant motion.
You're right.
You hear.
We have our... Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy...
The lieutenant motion.
Hello?
and someone turns down the radio. He gives you
The police.
tied.
Come
It's you. I don't think I...
The lieutenant has taken off his.
Is this...
Keep it together.
Sorry, I'm...
How about some? It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
被那个能源散到骗了，坚韧不拔，直接说平安西亚。
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Oh. Oh. But... he was just...
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner...
What happened to him? Was he drunk? I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever. She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching.
Here.
No, no. I just need to tell my girls.
It burns like unreal.
God. Should I call them? Should I?
No. A day.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Just tell me what...
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange...
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something... Thank you. Thank you for telling me.
We should step outside and talk. You did well. You did enough. Can save the whole world.
Can't bring the dead back.
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage. That's it. We should get... Let's go.
10点经验值。这游戏的支线也差不多这样。5点经验值，10点经验值。 哎，我7个路中不见了。
Right to work! Free flow of commerce! Fucking. I'm going to. How about you?
Okay.
There could be weapons aiming at us. The man's breathing steadies, but his eye.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Like, for example,
Actually,
a nickname?
I guess.
Lilies. It just occurred. The questions I have assumed some kind of foreknowledge on our part. Excuse it.
The young.
结论就是要先尸检。有点热，开个冷气好了。
rotting man lies on his side with his eye. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer.
What you do know is, at 18.9, you must have me confused. You, sir, you are.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in. I'll ask you when I need. That's right.
Yeah, we got this. We're The dead man stared. Above those, an 11 feet.
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent.
KK57.
KK equals Kim Kitsura. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
HDB 41 0 10 15. It's understated.
Good. Let's go with that. We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's... What's next? NA.
Try 40. The damage is... He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned from the Isola of Mwindi. The pudgy mess of...
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he...
We're still going with Mark. What else? 9. Body...
HDB.
I'm not seeing anything yet. But good.
Your central nervous system somewhere in Jamrock North. Elsewhere yet. And so, all...
We should start.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs.
See, it's happening.
Babroudine, yes. Inexpensive. Side.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by...
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire, if you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to.
The boot has a serial number. It's tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo. Well-nourished. Athletic. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold. The stench is suffocating. There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Lividity appears consistent with hanging.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Talking shit about Kuno.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there. Steady now. Like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. That he was dead? Yes. They moved. Chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia...
碰奶口。
Now! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but...
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before...
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his...
From wounds sustained over 2.
Last item. Hands.
The hand feels heavy.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. Not particularly. Him being dead when...
It is very hard.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done.
还有
What
2个
next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have...
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Good.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting you hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh. Like the...
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received...
No scream. No sigh of relief, right? No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep... You manage to suppress the contractions, trying.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary. NA. Ah. Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile duct.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA. Unless you haven't...
Reservoirs? No. But do they take obscure trivia and odd tit?
No. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy livid. Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and...
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
Head, chest, and your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next injury? So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury. A stone.
At maximum velocity, fuck!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum...
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp.
Right. A dark red abraded... I see hemorrhaging on the...
Below the note, 2 cut...
That's right. No clawing marks on the neck. No... That's it. Field autopsy done, detective. All that remains is to see if the alleged cause of...
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, I can just back him and drive him to the morgue anytime you tell me to. No need for heroics, unless you want to.
Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's right under the palm of your hand. His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat. oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands. You see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. An abrasion collar. This
Abrasion collar.
Kuno is silent. A black trickle of liquid runs. Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh.
The fuck is happening?
Ah, shit, see?
Yes, that's what this part is called. The basal ganglia feels clumpy. This man will... Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. This is what he used to regulate his emotions with. The lieutenant answers with...
Fucking cavity, see?
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes... Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin. This must be... The pain is barely noticeable under the adrenaline rush.
如果再失败的话哦，
You pick the sharp metal bullet between your index and middle finger, with your face twisting from pain and concentration.
My pig's fucking got it?
He's watching his old man get the big prize at the claw game.
What? What is it?
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between you. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
Fucking beautiful!
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic.
A non-caliber. Rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. Of course, you deserve it. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3, ligament mark. Treatment. It's obvious the Hardy Boys tampered with it. Yes, we should take a closer look at it.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening. We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day. Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work.
The word lingers in the air. Detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
All right.
There go those beautiful... Oh, well.
I will need a little help carrying him.
先来偷鞋子。哎，哎，唔对啊！我的鞋子哎，不是这样啊！哎呀，刚刚就被收走了，尸体都被收走了，那还要重来一遍。
The rotting man lies. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on.
What you do know is, at 18.9, you must have... You, sir.
There truly is a time for everything. I'll ask you when... That's right.
Yeah, we got this. We're the dead man. Above those.
That's you.
The corpse is in...
KK...
KK equal... That's because he doesn't want to bring...
And...
HD 1015. It's understated.
Good. We've heard that... What's NA?
Try 40. He not...
Mondial.
Fair to olives. The pudgy mess.
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor...
We're still going... What else?
HD...
I'm not seeing any... Good.
Your central somewhere elsewhere, and so...
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot
Claude. Babrodin.
The disappointment.
The rest of the...
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire.
The boot has a serial tattoos. The operator, the assistant, the deceased, well-nourished. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. Lividity.
Fucking low talking shit.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, ligature mark. Still worried.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters. The hanged man.
Always good to think. We need to cut.
See?
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is... The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit after some snap.
The rope rises to a... Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below. That he was... Chest is in...
No!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. Back is similar.
Bullets have...
In addition...
From wounds...
Last item. Hands.
The hand...
Hands are clean. No sign of injury. Not particular.
It is very...
Ooh. Central...
Of course, there is a more...
Musculoskeletal.
With... You hear...
Yeah, Jack!
The hyoid bone. Respiratory. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has...
No scream. No, you don't. You can keep it...
Hepatobiliary. NA. Same for toxicology and serology. Cardiovascular. Gastrointestinal.
This will...
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see.
Be thorough. If you...
Head, chest and scalp by... And your opinion, officer? Agreed. Next. So... Has confessed to cause...
Coagulated blood sticks.
Right. A dark red... I see hemorrhage...
Below the note.
That's right. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, I can just back him and drive him to the morgue anytime you tell me to. No need for heroics, unless you want to.
Your arm reaches out and... His face. The oral cavity is cold and a vision. You see an abrasion collar. This is...
Abrasion collar.
Kuno. A black trick. Your index.
Ah, shit.
Yes, that. The basal. This man. Your yellow. This is what he used. The lieutenant.
Fucking...
Your fingers. Your fingers sharp. The pain is barely noticeable. You pick the sharp metal bullet. He's what?
What? What?
The inside with a plop.
A bullet.
The bullet.
A non-caliber. Of course. We need to add an item to the injury list. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3, ligament. Oh, you really... Yes.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon.
We bag the corpse and carry him to the hotel. Work on the case. I'll leave that choice.
The wordling detective.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do...
这样才是正确的。然后晚上就会来偷东西了。
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag.
What? Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say, if we find who owns it, we will have in conclusion, the more we know about this bullet.
The squashed you wouldn't ordinarily have called the jacket of the bullet. You can just about make out it's quite destroyed.
What can you say about the bullet so far? A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military...
Highly unusual.
Even the RCM uses ordinary and jacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating.
A rifle. Revolutionary period. The 4.46 caliber. Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you. The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement. No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer. Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in dis...
What are you thinking? Bullet? Okay. And? An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez. Or... Sure, there's some arms trafficking. Some new RCM recruit...
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds with... But back to the investigation. Doesn't seem that likely, but we'll check out all possible leads. Next step, finding...
Necromancer pig? That shit was dark. Going in there like that. Oh, Kuno dies. You're gonna pick one out of his brain like that too? Kuno's gonna go out in a hail of bullets.
Porta Rosa, a side alley of the Boogie Street spearhead. A young man in his early 20s. The man shoots him point blank in his chest. Breathless, bleed pig. Someone opens a window and says, but Emil cannot see who. His sight grows dim with pain.
Pigs? So? Yeah, so? Kuno did sick the pig.
Kuno sent you.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to roughs up.
Good idea.
Kuno said? Don't after this shit.
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno doesn't.
这个卷轴很烂的。在我在上下移动的时候，就把那个新完成的记号给它弄掉哦，不知道完成了什么。啊！真找不到。子弹在找。洗香香，洗香香。来问一下凯啊，OK。洗香香，我没付钱，他还要让我进，他还可以让我进去吧？可以耶，那就晚上不让我进去而已。
A mirror hangs on the.
我要洗身躯。我怎么洗澡？
The bed is still cold from the broke.
笑
Yes?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
不能洗呀、真的还是要付钱吧？算了，20块。不想付钱，所以不能洗。
This medicine cabinet is stocked.
不洗澡跟煮水应该没关系。
I was just thinking.
Let's see. I wrote down the nickname. We have questions that might help solve some gaps in our field of the...
The young woman cranes her neck. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
In Oranje, of
The Lelystad municipality has Oranje. Oranje's map of waterways.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes, we were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No, he was too old for that. And from another part of Oranien Rek. I didn't even understand his accent.
No love for Muta Aranye? Wasn't he a soldier?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did. He was by no means a stupid man.
A flash of rage comes over you. The words have already left your mouth.
Had he passed that test, we wouldn't have gotten along. Come to think of it, maybe it was our hateful. I love Revachol, though. He was 42.
42?
He had many scars that made him appear older. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
It isn't. Police work is,
This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery or darts.
That's too pinball for me.
He's lying.
Blue. Light blue. They were like... Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile.
Ah, yes.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily, not nice to stroke. Oh, that. It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed.
Is this Orani's lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orani's lit. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are... And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, what's this, baby?" And he's like, and so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant with...
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
又好险没有把他抓起来。
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, below the damage, the weeks of decomposition. How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000. You could ask either one of them.
Huh? How old? 58? You asked. He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
There's silence. Then,
Sure, you're 42.
wait. This requires scientific measurements. To the laboratorium.
出生年月日。 个人的好奇吧，浪费一个。嘿，连线是在连什么意思？看不懂。完成哦，到哪个是有成？那这样子刷下去，本来有橘色的全部都被刷掉了，烂设计。然后新完成的全部丢在最上面啊，让人家看得到，然后再一个一个点掉，不然就设计成点不掉，然后手动点掉。接下来要干啥？找出凶器，飞行菇，找子弹，这个点再找，反倒小岛里，标，可以完成。不说啊，这个啊，支线一好多解，也不解他的。
Yes? What is it?
Again? I can't believe.
这两个到底有什么用？
Hey, was there something you need?
要看有没有转换的余地。
Hey, was there some got the 20 real?
还是要钱？
Then why are you wasting my?
啊，你这么免费让我住吗？一下核心中的核心路比。
It's you again. What is it?
很看这个大鸡头啊！
Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit.
How many times must...
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your...
And fuck you too, moral fat.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you'll be...
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have...
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion.
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she...
He's been through it. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window. Maybe from the coast. 72%.
Definitely lie. The truth is not credible.
Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof. How'd she get there? Climb? How?
He's still the pinball, okay?
Okay, but how'd she get up?
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. That's one mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
装傻的，谁要选啊？
Garbage. It wasn't a Sam.
It's never a Sambo fighter, and it's never a bull.
Or ghost. It's never a ghost either. Don't worry, we've got better than that.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Wow, man.
That'd be awesome. I beat that royalist machine 20 times now.
All right, all right. We can get the barman to bring them down. What footprints?
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
What else could you make out? How recent? What size? That close, huh? How fortunate. Good news is, I'm still listening. Firmly doesn't go but a row.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Just don't contradict. But what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours. But
that looks antique. A Bell McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get...
20, maybe 30 rifle status. Also broken.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay. I see your point. There are guns lying around.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
Yes, goddammit, I know.
Just making sure we are on the same page. It doesn't all fit. We are just...
Look, fucko!
Yeah?
I don't know, Glenn.
look who's finally speaking. Ratty's been uncharacteristically quiet since you started theorizing. Maybe he has something to gain from implicating her.
Nah.
Still, he's thinking about it now. And he knows gunning up
So
it had to come from... This goes against your every...
You just showed him a breech loading gun.
A broken old broomstick is what you showed me.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroomed death.
Yeah, the bitch is jack.
Whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. You have been thorough. I'll give you that.
You lost your gun?
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? Of course not. And Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him.
Stop thinking about your lost gun.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
I don't knock up.
Hey.
Easy now.
Titus! When...
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
Yeah. Like what? A thing?
Yeah, but...
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
Liberal man? Ruby's like a hot...
You what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a who? It's a...
Come on, Glenn.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
She didn't fuck you. 'Cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her, and...
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass. That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our...
If that's the case...
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
And I suppose you have a theory.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort?
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
The man is...
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is...
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I thought you were taking this seriously, cop.
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks.
Okay. We ruled out infighting. That's how this works, by exclusion.
There's a bit of truth in there for Titus to react so brashly. He does not like his authority questioned.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Not so useful.
Fucking hell.
Betrayal is not painless. Even a doubt of it hurts.
You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike of the mercenaries' presence in Martinez, right?
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardy. She has to know that.
Silence. The old man. A very small... This is the only option he...
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Wanna know why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little... I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other. Open them up. Light.
And then when they're all empty, just move onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it. Whack him.
It's not an actual... Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus. This cop, he... But she's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a Hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely? On the coast, past the waterlogged. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
Lizzie needed some air. You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell Everard anything. If he has to know, he has to know fast.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Sure, there are some shit houses there. A cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. The what now? I have no idea.
She said she's...
building a pale emitter.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies at a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's...
There you have it. Pale something.
微语，那个玩电脑吗？那个
It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you. He
又前进了一大步。养出这些。环道，M 环道移动。
Yes? Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing. A moment passes.
What about me? What? Where is this going? Interesting.
It's no mere brain.
Anyway. I do not have a thing. Okay, I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force. Absolutely not.
The revolutionary must have added a little luster to it for a 10-year-old Kitsuragi. He will never admit it though.
Good. Good. Let's change the subject. Yes? Excuse me? You have a distinct... I hope you don't take this... They say it's...
Yes, but containers contain things. Shine.
I don't know.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is...
What do you want to know? What's there to say? The cop kind. Our precincts can decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of... I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off.
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th. Somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are 2 columns. One says, cases solved. The other, confirmed kills.
Well, technically, the official
a common accounting gimmick used to inflate precinct stats.
I'm good enough for this case. I'm not here to...
The rows are endless. Jean Vicmer, your brothers have left you.
Yes, I'm an unrepentant spoilsport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain.
It's all part of the master plan, you see.
No.
一发风云的开启者身亡。
I agree. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
吃饭休息，拜拜。